If I were to describe myself to someone, well, first I would tell them that I'm tall, because typically I meet people and they're like, oh my gosh, I would have never known. I thought you were so tiny. Look at you. You are just, I'm like an avatar. Yes, I know.
This is Moriah. She's smart and witty, a little sarcastic, and incredibly fun. She's an amazing sense of wonder and sensitivity. She's a singer, songwriter, and a producer. A creative.
I'm just completely wild in every aspect. I like to worship wildly. I like to have relationships and be wild and crazy.
This is Toni. She's a woman of good grit and a real foodie. Her brutal honesty makes me laugh. She's written books and founded a ministry for women brave enough to be broken called Broken Crayons Still Color.
We're women from 2 different backgrounds.
And 2 different cultures.
With different viewpoints on life.
We want to invite you to join us on a cross-country journey as we meet new friends.
We'll laugh and cry and go real deep.
We want to learn from women who've not only survived adversity, but thrived with a resilient faith.
Women with the courage to wait and listen to the voice of God. Women of Moxie.
But before this journey, I had never heard of Toni.
And I had never heard of Moriah. But today, we're meeting for the first time as Moriah prepares for her 30th birthday celebration.
Then we're hitting the road to visit a place that made Toni, Toni. We'll spend time in broken, painful, yet redeeming spaces.
I'm freaking out, y'all.
Hey guys, get the Bible study.
I can do right now. Hi. Are you in real life right now?
I'm in real life.
Hi.
Thank you for coming here.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you for making the trip.
Well, first of all, let me just say, I heard you got a little party popping, a little 30th birthday party.
Well, that's what we were getting ready for. That's
I just came to your house, I'm dancing here.
She's like, what are you doing?
We're about to fast track this
This
getting
is
to
it.
know one another thing. This is the time.
Besties for the resties. Look at you, beautiful. What is this?
This is my abuela. This is grandma.
Can I give you a hug?
Abrazos, abrazos.
Okay,
yes. And then this is my mother.
Hi, Mom.
So the thing is like, you come to my kitchen, you gotta work. And we will get through this together.
I'm a chef, kind of, sort of. I don't cook, per se, either.
Wait, do you not cook? Thank you. I feel really
It's just hard.
seen and known and loved
It's
by
just
you right
really
now.
hard.
It's really hard.
What are you doing?
Okay, this looks like a life hack.
Wow.
We
need to get
Eden needs a TikTok.
Okay.
On the edge.
Oh, Lord, I hit my finger a little bit. Okay.
She said, oh, watch out.
So unfazed.
Part of the reason why I wanted to make tomorrow's theme, traditional Mexican, it is about celebrating this woman right here. Grandma is really the woman of the night.
Okay, we're celebrating legacy. I thought I came for you. I'm really here.
I mean, that was what you thought.
I did.
You're gonna get a whole lot more bang for your buck. What do we think?
Okay. Wow.
Is it hot? Is it hot?
Wow.
Picosa? Muy picosa?
It hurts a little bit, but I love
But
it.
it's good?
I love it.
Does it hurt good? Little kick at the end.
That's good. It's gonna hurt you a little bit. I just want you to know it's like right at the end. Oh my gosh. Oh.
Okay.
Let's get some water on
That's
the
a
way.
wrap on the chili because that is.
Put it in your mouth. I'm gonna take it. Yes. I'm gonna just take
Can you
this.
take it with you? Yeah. I'll take the chips.
We're really gonna for real get to know each other over these months.
One of the things that it's taken for me to say yes to this project and to really dive in is I have had to step away from my safe zones. And maybe I wasn't always that way, but because of my experiences and having had so many heartbreaking relationships with other women, I've just become much more careful when stepping into friendships and especially working relationships with other women. I guard my heart. I know a lot of people do that in like dating. Honestly, I've had to do that more with women. And so for someone to be able to hold the tension of I'm here, I'm present, I'm with you, I'm having fun, but I'm also going to bring with that all of the things that I'm struggling with in this moment. Like you're gonna get all of me. That is the truest gift that I think a woman could give to me in this season of my life. I am a big journaler. I've been journaling since 3rd grade. But I also pick a word for every birthday. And last year was trust. I'll read you part of it. I said it all felt like too much. There was so much joy in the day, I couldn't even think about anything else that might have been worrying me. I was so present and at play, and perhaps that is the closest I'll feel to trust, at least when I'm not in the midst of suffering. I'm nervous to learn more about that kind of trust because I know it involves pain. But God, you've carried me through heartache before, and you'll do it again. The fact that I said I'm nervous to learn more about that kind of trust because I know it involves pain. It's like, I don't think I knew even when I wrote that, the kind of trust that God would teach me in this past year. When you've tried everything, when you've tried to manufacture your life, and you've tried to take care of your family, make everybody happy, and you get to the end and you're like, this still is not enough. This still is not good. And you have no other option but to go, God, I trust you. I've given all that I possibly can. And even at my best, I have done the worst. Yeah. I've hurt people. I've made messes of relationships. I've failed. I was in partnership with other women in business, and I put the product over the people. Like, there is a drive in me that is so strong. I do believe I get that from my, my relatives, my grandmother, my aunt, all her sisters. Anytime someone told them you can't, they said, watch me.
Okay, well, how do you think that impacts people? Like, so that's a gift, obviously.
Right, I think it's only a gift when you tend to it, when you look at it and when you go, okay, where does this come from? Yeah. And how can this be used for good? And I just realized, like, that is something that is in me. That is something that needs to be kept in check so that I'm not hurting people. Yeah. I need to be aware of that in myself.
When you say that, it just literally, I don't know, it just like touches up on something in me that's like, yeah, I definitely would choose like product over people, mission over people all day, because there's a safety in product and mission that's not attached to the fear of like people. It's like, I just don't know if you're gonna come through. I don't really know if you're safe enough to handle this, but I can trust a product that I put my hands on. And God is like, no, I've called you to be with these broken, messy people as you are broken and messy, and to choose them first and to watch me lay my hand on whatever it is that you guys are doing. And so I feel you, okay? I'm like, I get it.
Jesus had a very clear mission in mind, but it was never at the expense of other people and their feeling seen and known and loved. And he never made people feel less valuable than the work that he had in front of him. When I take this ego and I go, God, this is painful, but like, let me put my dreams aside and let me want you more than any vision that you've given to me. Like, that process is painful.
I'm just proud of you for pressing into pain. I just don't think that we can squeeze the most out of our lives unless we're willing to press into pain. Okay, wait, do you have a word for this year yet?
I think I do.
Okay, are you gonna share it or no?
Yeah, why not?
I want to know. I'm all up in your business. I'm up in your house, I'm up in your tea, okay?
No, my word for this year is expansion. Every time I get a word, I think it means one thing, and by the end of the year, it means something completely different. But I am excited to see what expansion looks like this year. I think there was something really divine about the timing of Unshakable Moxie coming into my life at the same time as I was approaching 30. And the truth is that I just need advice. I need help on how to navigate this era, this decade that I've been longing for so long. I want to make good use of it. And that's the kind of conversation and dialogue that I want to have with the women on the Unshakable Moxie project. My guess is that they're all really strong women of prayer. I've put a lot of time into, exercising my faith in other areas, but I'm not that great at praying. And what I mean by that is I just forget to do it. I don't do it very often. I meditate a lot. I sit in stillness and silence a lot, but having that open, honest dialogue with God, I feel a little silly, if I'm honest. I'm like, who am I talking to? What are we saying here? What's going on? I've been trying the whole prayer thing. Honestly, I've not really been into prayer very well. I started reading this book called The Circle Maker. I started just learning new ways to pray.
Fervent is a good one too.
And this is the thing. I'm at day 21 of 30 of just challenging myself with some fasting stuff, which for me, fasting is the last thing I ever want to do.
Okay.
But I'm God, I am serious.
Be serious.
I am serious. I'm I need something to change.
Coming after you as you're coming after me.
This needs to change.
Yes.
So this morning I was journaling and I'm just God, to be honest with you, I feel like a kid who just stopped crying because no one's coming. I've been asking for this for so long, and it's felt withheld for so long that I feel apathetic. And so I tried and challenged myself with how can I learn to lament? I want to learn to lament in this season. And I got a good cry out, honestly, in the car.
Listen, I'm gonna be honest with you, I love crying.
Oh, it's very good for you.
And I love grieving.
It's very good for you.
The resurrection has no power without death. Man. Woo, when you get a good cry, I be ready. I go in my counseling sessions, I'm come on, hit me. Hit me with it. Let me get something to grieve.
I'm a little unsteady. I'm a bit unsure. When life gets too heavy for me anymore.
Oh my. Look at the look. This is so cute. Oh my God. Moriah! I know my family pretty much set all this up and I'm just
And they knew.
I feel very loved. A year ago, I finished my college degree. The week of my graduation party, I got a call that my grandmother had a very aggressive form of breast cancer. And this was days before my party. So fast forward to this party this week, and I'm not kidding, only a few days ago, I got a phone call that she went to the doctor and was given a clean bill of health. And the fact that that happened days before this party means that we actually get to celebrate a woman whose sacrifice and the way that she has overcome so much in the last year. That woman runs through my veins. We share the same blood, we share the same DNA, and I can't believe that I get to be connected to this woman who's so strong, who's overcome so much. And so the reason for the folklorico dance, the reason for the Mexican decorations is really because of Irene Castillo, my grandmother. The woman who represents the word Moxie more to me than just about anybody I know. So I'm just glad you're here, that you get to celebrate this with me.
I'm so honored.
The timing's crazy.
I came from Georgia and I'm I am a part of a whole legacy.
Yeah.
And it does run through you.
It's so good. I'm so glad.
Without further ado, everybody, please give one more cheer for my wife and her ensemble for the folklorico dance.
I'm excited to say that we're going to my favorite place on earth, Chattanooga, Tennessee. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. I've got some dark memories there, okay? I'm gonna be real about that. But
That's a good tee up for your favorite place on the planet.
But I've also got some very redemptive moments there too. And so I'm excited to take you there, girl. It's just so cutie. Like, I don't know, it's kind of like a little mini Disneyland. Like an eclectic Disneyland.
Well, Disneyland, now you're speaking my language.
Okay,
So,
that's what I'm trying to say. I think you're gonna
yeah.
have Disneyland moments with
Okay.
me today in Chattanooga. This is my most favorite place in the whole wide world. And this is Coolidge Park.
Okay.
And what's great about Coolidge Park is that it's a ton of surprises. But I literally feel giddy, like I kind of have the chills.
I can tell.
When I was like real broke, my friends and I wanted to go on a trip, and they were like, girl, I know where we're gonna go. We live in Atlanta, an hour and a half away. We can just drive to Chattanooga, and it will feel like we're someplace special.
Yeah.
All right, are you ready for this?
Yeah? Where are
This
we going?
random building that's in the middle of the park, it's a small little surprise. There's a carousel inside.
Stop it. This just turned into Disneyland for me.
know.
This just turned into Disney.
What's yours name?
Mine is named Midnight. What's yours name?
Guess what the name is? Moriah. With an O. I'm not kidding, look. Moriah. This is your name.
But even with the O,
Moriah, that's a God week.
M-O-R-I-A-H.
That's how you
Toni-
spell your name.
What the heck?
Can you believe that?
That is so...
I'm literally on a horse with the name of this girl that I just met, and we're having fun, and we're chasing after, you know, this incredible time of Moxie, and God winks in that moment. That's something special, because he's like, I'm with you, not only in quiet time, but in the little mundane moments of going up and down on a carousel, having so much fun with your new friend, Moriah.
I feel like a kid again.
Yeah.
Or maybe honestly for the first time. I got on that thing and I realized in that moment, like a lot of these really playful moments of my life are because I didn't get to do them as a kid. For me, childhood was hard, man. I didn't have a lot of play and awe and wonder and moments because my mom got really sick when I was in 3rd grade.
What happened?
And so she had a stroke and she was paralyzed on her left side.
Oh.
And my brother right above me, my mom's son, he just couldn't handle it. And so it was literally like me, 8 years old, taking care of my mom. And
at 8
so
years old.
At 8 years old. So I missed out on a lot of this. I don't remember who taught me how to ride a bike and who taught me how to swim. I think I just kind of jumped into the deep end.
When you look at that season, do you go, I wish that never happened to me? Or do you look at it and you go, who would I be if that didn't happen to me?
That's really, really good. I feel like the first phase of healing you go through, it's like a whole bunch of like regret, a whole bunch of question, like, why did you allow this to happen, God? Like, I can't believe this is part of my story. Those are the moments where I was like, I just really wish I could have just like,
Wish it didn't happen.
been a normal 8-year-old. Like, I'm raising an 8-year-old right now. I look at her and I'm just like, sometimes I'm like, man, I really wish that that could have been me at 8. What really hurts is like some of the decisions I made when I was like 19, 20. Well, I mean, those are still a little fresh.
Like what? Yeah, because
Well,
that wasn't long ago.
No, it wasn't long
No.
ago. I would say, and I hate to call this a mistake because Dylan came from it, but I met a guy and unfortunately that turned out to be a really just like toxic and abusive space. And what's crazy is that one of the first trips that we took when we were like married couple was Chattanooga. It was us and another couple and just trying to like overcompensate. Like, let's go do this, let's go do this, let's go do that so that they can like us and we can put on a show. I remember us arguing so hard one night that I had like this panic attack, like freaking out because we were yelling at each other and we're ruining the time and I wish we could be a fun, good married couple like this other couple and they really love each other and we hate each other and it just was so unhealthy. And at the beginning, it was like all I knew. Like my dad was really verbally abusive because that's all that he knew. All I knew as a little girl was this is just how women get talked to. Like we're just yelling, screaming, that's how we're doing things. But then that kind of turned into doors ripped off the hinges and holes punched in the walls and a stack of plates being punched through, and we were at the hospital all hours of the night. And that's when, for me, I just think my awe and wonder like had left. I remember the moment that I decided to leave, and it was when I saw fear in Dylan's eyes.
Oof.
You know, divorce was hard, and I really didn't want it, but I knew that I had to get like me and Dylan out.
Yeah.
Because again, like I wanted Dylan to have the innocence of a childhood.
You wanted to break that chain,
I wanted
that
to break
generational
it.
chain.
I wanted to break it.
And you did.
And yeah, I was filled with shame because I got a divorce and I felt like the church disowned me, and it sucks to have to look your child in the eye and say, this isn't the most healthy place for you.
Yeah.
If I don't overcome my grief and my embarrassment and shame and leave, then your childhood's gonna look like mine. And I don't want that. So I'm gonna do the hard thing and get a divorce, got my little scarlet letter on, and feel like I'm disowned and I have no more purpose and no more worth, but it's worth it for you.
Yeah.
Sweet Dylan. It's worth it.
And in that moment, Dylan and your love for her, it sounds like it was louder than all the other voices.
So much louder. And it's worth it. It's worth it.
That's beautiful. I love that.
When I divorced and got into a more safe environment and I was stable and single, I was optimistic, I think, about, oh my gosh, like I'm ready to be a single woman. I'm gonna be independent. I don't need a man, like whatever. Well, I go to this church planning meeting, and my now husband, Sam, is the person that I'm doing this presentation for along with this other team. And he's texting them, who is this girl? Who is this girl? And they're like, oh, you don't want her. Like, she's divorced. She's like damaged goods. She's got a daughter. Like, you want to stay away from that. And it's interesting because Sam still pursued me. And I remember talking to my mom and friends, and I was like, gosh, there's this guy, he's interested in me, he wants to kind of go out for a dinner. And I'm like, I don't think. And I was like, it's too soon too. And I remember my friends are like, girl, you better go on a date. You graduated college, you jumped into a marriage. Like, you didn't get the freedom to explore what a good man may actually look like. So go on that date, girl.
Here's how it all went down.
Tell me.
We're like fresh, we're just dating. I've been through a divorce. Do we need more time, et cetera, et cetera.
Right.
We went back and forth. Should we get married? Should we not get married? And one day we were like, we should just go get eloped. And he's like, where? And I said, my favorite place, Chattanooga. Let's just go to Chattanooga. We go in this courthouse, we sign the little certificate, and we're married. And then they say,
What do they say?
hey, you guys wait, we have like a minister, you know, just give us a second, you guys can sit down. So we're sitting in this courthouse and we're like, minister, like what?
Are we in trouble?
What are they talking about? Okay, this man comes, he takes us from out of this courthouse, we walk down these steps right here and over to this other space that I wanna show you. This is it. This is the moment right here.
Okay.
So this Bahamian, okay, bishop, I don't think you understand. This brother is big. He's big and dark, and he has a whole suit on. He literally brings us over here. Okay, I'm standing over here, and Sam is here in a hoodie. And I am like shaking, okay? And this man starts like going through the whole ceremony. We do like the I do's.
Oh, you do the vows.
Oh, listen.
Toni.
It's like a mini ceremony that we didn't even know came with the whole package. What's crazy is that I remember looking at Sam.
Oh my God.
And I'm literally like, why is he marrying me? Like, I remember vividly being like, he shouldn't want me.
What?
He shouldn't want me. Like, I literally just start saying, thank you. Because I just had never experienced love like that. And then this Bahamian guy starts like, I need you to understand. He has like a thick Caribbean accent.
I'm just picturing. He's like in all kinds of colors. Like he looked like he belonged to my folklorico dance last night.
With the Kamabon. And he literally starts prophesying to us. He has this like holy moment. He reminded us that Jesus had come to make us whole again It doesn't matter what your past is. It doesn't matter what you've been through. He's like, Jesus came to make things whole. You do not have to worry about the future. But you know what it is, Moriah? It's like, I think when you've been through so much darkness like I have, from, abuse to trauma to verbal abuse and sexual manipulation, I mean, all these different things, I think that you start to question if there's a God.
Yes.
Because it's like, well, this is too hard.
Yes.
There can't be a God. Like, this is just too hard. And I think God's like, I can pierce the darkness with my light. I am strong enough to remind you that I'm here. It was hard. I was still healing. I still had things that were incredibly traumatizing to me that were not even touched yet. There was still a whole childhood that I needed to heal from, and it was incredibly sorrowful. But with the power of the Lord and marriage intensives and counseling, a counselor for me, a counselor for my husband, and then a counselor for us together, but it was hard, so very hard. I think the whole time that we've been here in Chattanooga, I think the one thing that I've been processing is just the pain of like enduring all that. Enduring my mom being sick, enduring the hard moments. I don't know, this whole trip has made me start thinking about little bitty Toni, like 8-year-old Toni, and what does she need like even here today? I don't know.
I love the tender Toni.
I wasn't really protected as a kid.
Yeah.
And so I've had to endure for so long that endurance is like my autopilot. It's what I run to.
Yes.
But I think that like real grit, real moxie is being able to say, right now I'm not strong enough. And I think that's what I'm trying to learn. That's what I feel like I'm on this journey for. And it's almost like opposite of what people are, people are like, I want to learn how to have more endurance and grit. I'm like, I've already got that. I've learned capacity.
A lot of women.
And I feel like a lot of women, it's like, I know how to wear the cape.
Yeah, I'll
But
push
it's like,
through.
how do you take it off?
Yeah.
And do you have enough grit to trust that God has you while you're resting?
Right.
And that's what I'm like battling with. I don't want to run so hard that I miss it. That I miss what real peace looks like, what real shalom looks like. And that's what I'm hoping to get like out of meeting these women. And we've got so many incredible women, but you don't stay in ministry and run a business and be a CEO and have an organization without knowing how to say, God, I just need to rest right now. Prince of Peace, Sar Shalom, come, meet me here.
You know what would be interesting is just before we go into interviewing all these women that we're about to interview, because I'm a little nervous about that.
Okay.
I'm just like, okay, what the heck do I have to say to you? I don't know. You are, these women are a little intimidating to me. I think it would give me comfort, which my big thing is like when I feel unsafe, I'm all kinds of ways. You don't want to see me feeling unsafe.
That makes sense.
Something that would help me feel safe is if you and I just have a moment of like, where are we right now? Where are you and me right now? And maybe the cameras are capturing this one. They might not capture the rest of them that we have before going into these interviews. But if we're gonna set this tone, I'm gonna tell you right now that I'm overwhelmed. I'm intimidated. I miss my husband. I don't want to be a part of something where we're just throwing Christian language and slapping scriptures all over stuff. If we're going to be talking about actual moxie, then I don't need the pretty, presentable, perfect answer. You don't have to be all put together.
Nope.
That right now, I'm a bundle of nerves, of fear, of worry, of anxiety. And guess what? I'm still supposed to be having this conversation authentically at the same time. So it's like you're saying, how do we hold the both end? Okay, my turn, your turn, you go. You go.
Okay. I'm trying to give myself permission to be tender and fragile. And those words are almost like icky for me. I don't like that. What I feel like is the 13-year-old Toni who's at her parents' house, who has been sexually manipulated by an older man. He has come into my parents' house, my parents aren't home, and I lost my virginity. And that feels like the most vulnerable part of my story, the most dirty part of my story. And so when I think about fragile and tender, it makes me like, I'm just like, I don't want to be that. I want to be a boss. I want to be on top of it. I want to be clean, perfect, pure, all the things. And I feel like in moments like this, when I'm coming into an unfamiliar space and I'm not strong,
Yeah.
where I'm really just like at like 60% of who I am, makes me super nervous. I'm like, nobody get close to me. Like I need my own personal space.
Yep.
Honestly, I think the prayer that I'm praying, the thing that I'm longing for is that, I don't know, city number 2 that we go to, I won't feel that way. But it's scary to say that. Yeah, which is so weird.
I hope that you'll let yourself feel that and that you'll let me feel it with you.
Yeah.
And what I also am scared of as I say that is I don't trust easily. I don't let people trust me easily. I'm like, don't get too close. So you and I are both like, we're like, don't get too close. So I think it's helpful to know that both of our proclivities is like, all right, let me back up, let you back up
there.
But I want to challenge both of us to lean in. And a promise to you is when I sense that you feel unsafe, even though it scares me to try to be strong for someone when they feel unsafe, I will lean in and I will say, how can I help? How can I advocate?
I won't take advantage of that. I won't.
I am so thankful to be in partnership with a woman who is as authentic as Toni is. I feel very aligned and in sync with her.
We're so similar, we have the same humor, and it's like, oh, I wasn't even expecting this at all. And so the surprise of it was actually really cool.
I've tried and I can't imagine doing this with anyone else. I really have tried. I've gone through the list, I looked through my contacts, I was like, who? Nope, not a single one. It's Toni.
Okay, you ready? Unshakable Moxie. We're on a journey.
I'm scared, these ladies don't know what's coming.
Oh, I'm not crying, you're crying.
Thank you guys so much for coming on this journey with us. The first woman we visit is Ruth Jo Simons.
Oh, and I was really excited about connecting the two of y'all because I knew you would click.
We did.
It was really good. Listen, we want you to experience this series in the best way possible. So here's what we want to encourage you to do. Grab the Unshakable Moxie Bible study and get all your people together, your friends, your mama, your cousins, all of them, and go deep on the content.